Are you glad you moved over from modifieds, and do you miss it?
I do miss it. I'm doing, all this, getting hooked up with my crew, all these guys.
I start to put together a reconstructed list of what I think the Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame should look like. I'm not sure early in your career anybody's compiled the numbers. I mean, think about this. You're really only 6-7 years into your late model career, and you've literally won almost everything.
I've always just loved to race. It's good to win money. You like that, but still, I just love winning. I just remember, when I was a kid, the impact drivers had on me. And the first time I walked up to a race driver and he acknowledged me and shook my hand and everything, I remember how that made me feel, and that's how I want to be remembered. I want the kids to say, hey man, that guy's awesome, and it's cool that he walked. And when you walk up to a kid and their parents standing there and they say, you know who that it is? And they're like, no. And they say, well, that's the guy that drives this car, and their eyes light up. That's the best feeling in the world when you see them kids like that. And I used to race because I love it, and now I race because I love seeing them.
What is the secret to your success?
Just our whole team. We've all been together our whole lives, and Chris and Kenny and all of us, we've all raced, and we know what each other's thinking.
Guys who win multiple championships all end up having to answer this same question, because actually it's a pretty good question. Mm-hmm. Which one means the most to you, and why?
Probably our first one. It was just a really tight points battle. Scott was having an exceptional year, and he's having a few bad lucks in and out, and we were just keeping our nose to the grindstone and running, and it came down to he pretty much had the points almost sewed up, and then we were at Rome, Georgia racing, and he lost an engine. And we left out of Rome with about a 50-point lead, which isn't very much in Lucas. One thing I've learned is confidence is a big, big deal in this sport, and if you know you can get the job done, it makes it a whole lot easier.
It's just hard to bet against Jimmy Owens right now.
Jimmy Owens has absolutely obliterated the field.
Absolutely impossible to go against Jimmy Owens.
Where the money has to be on Owens.
Jimmy Owens back in front to the crowd's approval.
Now Jimmy Owens dominating here tonight.
When the lights shine the brightest, so does Owens.
Your success was your own worst enemy in a way.
One of the best dirt late model drivers ever, Jimmy Owens.
Jimmy Owens is the nicest guy in late model racing.
And there, and Mom looked down in there, and she says, well, the big boys are in town. You got your work cut out for you. I kind of laughed. I was like, yeah, Mom. I said, we race against them every week now.
Dream for him, and to steal a line from Ozzy Altman, a nightmare for everyone else. Turns out this guy just might have a future in this business after all.
An important nightmare!
It's like a dream come true, I guess,
Final question for you. Several crown jewels to your credit, but now winning this one, and with the CBS cameras shooting, how does this rank in the career of Jimmy Owens?
This just blows everything we've ever won out of the water. I mean, people's won the world, we've won the world, and the dream, and it's just the most proudest moment of my career.
But when it comes to his now exploding late model career, the mountaintop has finally been reached.
2009 dream when Owens on the same lap passed Bloomquist and smoked Tony Stewart and ended up winning.
While his car was smoking.
Yeah, and you're like, that's an all-time moment, but it's Eldora, and it's hard to
Todd called it maybe the greatest pass in Eldora Speedway history. Jimmy Owens, who in their life has passed Bloomquist and Stewart on the same lap to take the lead at a major Eldora?
Kyle Larson can't even say that yet.
Your whole crew, everybody works so hard, and you got fans and everything that really want to do you good, and it's cool to win, but it just really means a lot to me to win for the guys that work for me.
$100,000, a breathtaking move, and a victory that he ranks at the top of his growing wins list. Less than a decade as a full-time late model driver, and I'm not sure anybody in less than 10 years has put together the resume that you've done now. Your second Globe, you're pinching yourself. It's pretty staggering in less than 10 years.
But even more important, your first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championship. Can you believe it's finally over, Jimmy?
I'm happy it's over. It's been a long season, a lot of rough roads. We've had a great year all year long, and bring home the championship's pretty cool.
Final question for you. This is in the bag. It's over. I heard a rumor about where you might be going after this.
Hey, heck yeah, we're going to Disney World.
There you have it, Jimmy Owens. He's the 2011 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, and he's headed here to Disney World with his extra cool pants.
Winning his first ever title over Scott Bloomquist. So how would he follow up in 2012?
Jimmy Owens! Jimmy Owens!
Jimmy Owens!
By cementing himself as the best dirt late model driver on the planet, winning his second straight Lucas Oil title. The 2012 season for Jimmy Owens will go down as one of the most consistent in dirt late model history, as in consistently running right near the front every night. Not only with the solid 12 victories, but the most staggering run of top twos in major tour history, with 16 finishes at first or second on the Lucas Series alone, ensuring the championship would once again run through Newport, Tennessee. Embrace yourselves for this number. From February 23rd to October 7th, 43 races in total. Of the events he qualified for, Jimmy finished in the top 10 in all of them. Nearly 40 straight top 10 finishes. Just a staggering number that we may literally never see again in major dirt late model history. Owens took the 20 team once again to the World Finals in Charlotte, a 2-day season-ending extravaganza in front of 15,000 people in a live television audience on Speed. But 2 races weren't the only things to be settled. World of Outlaws champion Darrell Lanigan and Owens were locked in a dead heat for the DirtOnDirt.com Driver of the Year award. Some thinking Owens had to sweep the weekend to unseat Lanigan. No pressure, right? Owens put the doubters on point the first night, starting ninth, driving around Lanigan among others, and dominating for a $10,000 no-doubter. So would a sweep be on the horizon? Of course. Owens did it again on Saturday night, live on Speed, starting third, and by lap 5 putting the remainder of the field in his rear view mirror in no time, driving away from Lanigan and all comers, sweeping the weekend to the tune of $20,000 and leaving no doubt he was in fact the best driver in America. In all, while he may not have had the high number of victories of years past, he just sliced his Lucas Oil competition to death with consistency. Top 10 after top 10, top 5 after top 5, and always rallying to the front even when he was snake bit early in the night, leaving some to wonder, will he ever again lose a Lucas Oil title?
I don't know what else to say. That's why you're the #1 driver of the country, folks. How about it for Jimmy Owens?
How your son changed your life.
Once you have a kid, and you'll realize there ain't nothing like it. And I just love it. You know, you've got something to look forward to. I've got someone there that's proud of what I'm doing. And then that means a lot, and it's just an awesome feeling.
2 nicknames, Newport Nightmare and the O Show. Mm-hmm. Do you have a preference between those 2, or do you care what people call you?
I guess I prefer the Nightmare a little better because our hometown, now that we're getting a little more popular, they're real proud of us. And, you know, we go through town and meet people, and they're all saying hey and all that stuff. So that name kind of sticks out, and I like it the best, I guess.
But the big news, a new ride for you, new plans for 2015.
Yeah, we hooked up with Roland Racing and those guys out of Oklahoma. You know, during the weekend and Ferry and his whole plan, they just planned the car together, and he called me like right at the last minute. They want to get the car together and go to East Alabama. And I was like, well, sure.
2017, what's coming up for Jimmy Owens, and what are you going to be doing next year, and have those plans even been laid out yet?
Yeah, we're going to be with Ramirez Motorsports.
Jimmy Owens, you are the 2020 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. Has that even kind of sank in yet that you picked up your first championship in 7 years?
No, you know, we just been racing.
He's partnering up with Kohler Motorsports, based in North Carolina and owned by Bobby and Jessica Kohler.
It's been a while since I've seen a crowd go as crazy. Let him hear it, race fans. How about it for Jimmy Owens? You took that checkered flag. This crowd went wild. You've had a heck of a career. You've obviously got a lot of fire left in the tank, and to see all these fans behind you, what does that mean to you?
It's very, very humbling, and it really feels really good. So I appreciate all you guys, and thank y'all so much for the good years.
Jimmy Owens goes slotted to turn 3, and he wins the 37th annual World.
It's around Bloomer, and he's closing in on Smoke. Get the lead at this time to Jimmy Owens.
Can cruise on from here. It's Jimmy Owens.
Jimmy Owens wins it.
Owens wins it. It's gonna be the answer.
Jimmy
Owens leads all the way down.
There will be nightmares abound tonight.
The #1 driver in the country, Jimmy Owens. Show me what
All-time winningest late model driver in the history of Charlotte Motor Speedway.
The mayor of Wheeling.
The Newport Nightmare is a legend.
What makes you the most proud?
Whenever I do win a race in front of the big crowds and Nathan's with me, for him to see that, and especially when he comes up and gives me a big old hug, makes life worth living.
Are you the best driver in the country?
We had a good weekend.